Was I supposed to prepare any questions or anything?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Just flow with it. All right. Good.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to episode 3 of the Emptytyme show. Today we have a special guest. We have Alejandro Grant, my friend from UCR. He also raps. His rapper name is called 137.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, he already has a project out called The Bloody Providence, and then he's gonna come out with one soon, and we'll probably go over it. But I wanted to start off with this is something I don't know. How did you get into music? How did you start? Like,
All right. So just to start off, can you guys hear me well? Can you hear me?
yeah,
Good?
you're
All
good.
right.
Yeah.
So I like to think that it was with me my whole life. My family was always into the musical arts and stuff. But
Okay, actually, yeah. Before that,
yeah.
where did you grow up from? Were you born and raised in India?
Yes, Indio, California. So SoCal, right where they hold Coachella. Yeah, Coachella Fest. The
Nice.
actual city. And I was right here, raised and born. My whole family, like they were all had like either an instrument they knew, or they were all just like
Okay.
interested in like one facet of it. But like for me personally, like I started off snare drum and stuff like that. But like if you're talking about rap and music like that and getting like to the nitty gritty,
Yeah.
I'd probably say beginning of college is when I started getting involved in like digital audio workstations, mixing
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. But yeah, man.
Dang. So you didn't do any instruments or band or
I did.
choir?
Yeah, I did. So like so in like middle school to like yeah, I was like in piano. I played like keyboard instruments like marimba and stuff like that, and then the snare and stuff like that.
Okay.
My sisters were more like wind instruments and stuff like that. But like so it was there with me. But like in terms of like mixing and mastering stuff or stuff like that came later on.
I see. What got you into rap? Because those are just instruments.
Yeah,
So
for sure, for sure. Well, I loved writing my whole life. Like I've always been into writing. But before it was like used to be like short stories or like
oh,
novelettes and stuff
nice.
like that. But I was like I always wanted to try poetry, but I wanted to work up to that point. I felt like it was in the future. And
I see.
then I'd say 16, I started experimenting a lot more with poetry. And then after like at the end of high school, I was like, let's make it a little faster. Until by college I was
Oh.
like rapping, and then I was
So
like,
yeah,
let's just
because
go into it.
I feel like poetry is very it could take you to some different world, or you
So
could
true.
really explain a feeling with poetry.
So true. That's so accurate the way you said it too.
Yeah,
The way like
you can't
explaining the
do that.
feeling.
Yeah, it's hard to do that with just an instrument.
Mhm,
It's completely different. But
mhm.
what are are there any rappers that you looked up to in the beginning that was oh this guy I want to be like this guy one day, or anything
Well,
like
it's
that?
it's interesting. I always like to think that like I don't know if I had like I see what you're saying like role models or anything, but I do have people that I really like. Like I like the
Yeah.
styles of like I like Token, Jid, even Ski
Oh yeah,
Mask.
Jid.
He's got some stuff. Like
Yeah.
I love their flows and styles. But even other rappers like I don't know. These are like some of them are a little more underground, but like I don't know, like Nate Rose. I don't know if he's probably like this. There's a couple people. It's just I'm all over the place with it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But yeah.
But what do you think got you to be oh, I want to be an artist. I want to be a rapper and post content and have my own music out. What do you think drew you to do that?
I think that at the beginning, so like at the beginning of college, right? I thought to myself, because like you have to remember, right? Like I was writing more like traditional poetry. Like I wasn't even really reciting it out loud that much. But like then I
Hmm.
said, if I really want to get the stuff out there, then I should start posting things. Like if I'm not posting it, then like the world's not really gonna see it. You know what I mean? And I think that like
Yeah.
every artist, I don't know. I mean, hope I guess is not every single artist. Oh, hope, but I mean, is to have their content out there, right, in one way or another. But I was like, I can't,
Yeah.
I can't just sit here expecting people to discover my poems, and then later it was like my raps, my rap poetry, and then I was like, I got to get it out. So I started posting, and I posted a little bit more, and I was like, well, let's start changing the content. And then it just kept one thing led to another, and I was like music videos and then
Yeah. Dude.
albums.
Yeah, yeah, because you're not just rap. I see you
Mhm.
posting TikToks and music videos. Like
Yeah.
that's
And it's
dope, man.
and the singing too, which is interesting because I was like, that was always a part of it. That I was like,
Oh yeah, freestyles and stuff too.
yeah.
Yeah. So
True.
yeah, those are dope, dude. Yeah, I feel like posting it kind of makes it makes the art come alive.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's you're really just putting your wave into the world, I feel like.
Hmm. And that's
It's
really what it's
dope.
about, man. You got, just putting your stake out there in the artistic,
Yeah.
in the artistic world.
Yeah, my two personal favorites from your recent album were the Secondhand Tick and then the Woods
Oh,
Wolves.
nice, nice. Dang, I love
Dude.
that you love those. Those are, I was really fun to make those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I really like Woods Wolves. It's like
You
you're
do?
kind of yeah. It's like
Good.
like this album's very like very what's the word? Like it has a huge range, you know. You're
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
you're not just one consistent rap the whole time, which is
True. True.
personally that's what I really like about it. I feel like
Thank
just
you,
like
bro. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
dude.
I try to stay versatile. You know what I mean? Try to keep it all diverse and just like pushing it all out there. You know?
Dude, yeah, that's dope, man. So like you want to talk about your next project coming out?
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure, for sure. Like, why not just drop it here? It's already like a few. I don't know when this is coming out, but like, I might as well.
I could do it tomorrow. I'll release this episode tomorrow.
Oh
So
shoot. Okay, so I can by then this is already going to be hopefully common knowledge, but it's going to be coming out September 25th at like
okay.
9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's going to be five. Okay, so this is it's an interesting thing. So it's going to be five. It's going to be five songs. It's going to be an EP.
Hmm.
The first one, I guess I'll just drop the name now because I've been hiding it for a bit. It's gonna be called the Delta. And originally I was gonna have it like the whole EP was gonna be a bunch of collaborations. You know, it's
Hmm.
gonna be like four songs around there, and like all of them were gonna be with other people on it because I wanted the EPs to be like that and the LPs to be like just me.
I
At
see.
least for now, that's what I was thinking. And then, but I was like, I wanted to put one of mine on there, so that's what the first song is gonna be. It's gonna be just me, and
Nice.
I mean, I collaborated with some really, really, really great artists that I respected, that I knew, some that I knew, some that found me.
Mm.
Should
Like
I
just
list
like
their names?
yeah, yeah,
Should I
yeah.
tell them here? Okay, so J Spirit, and that's what the S with a dollar sign.
Nice.
Crystal Agi, AGUI, and then Meraki X Kakota, which is G and then like the O with two dots and then KOTTA. But yeah, so it was really fun working with them. Taught me a lot, man. It really did.
Like
So
did you like work with them like together? You were in the same room together, or was this like
no, believe it or not.
oh
Believe
wow.
it. Wild. It was
How'd you
all
guys do
virtual,
it?
man. It
Like
was all
all
virtual, bro.
like meetings, like Zoom meetings, or just like
Yes. Yes. Can you believe that? I
that's
mean,
wild.
we're talking
That's the
like
future, babe.
it is. No, for sure, man. It was wild though, because like taught me a lot, right? It taught me a lot about, um, I guess artistic management. You know, it's a specific type of management because it's a, in other scenarios you might get away with just sort of like, oh, you got to do this on this strict schedule. But with artistic management, you have to keep in mind the other individual's sort of creative process.
Yeah.
And if you sort of step on toes like that, you can't get it done. It's not like they're just doing A, B, and C. It's a job that has to be done. It's a job where they have to search inside themselves. Like you can't
Yeah.
really force it the same way you would other scenarios. So I had to learn that, and it was a certain type of leadership that it took, but it was fun, man.
Was there well like any specific problems that you came across like with collaborating?
Well, let's see. The first and biggest one is going to be the fact that like I was going so like my on my last album, I had a person that I was sort of close with. He actually mastered that album and helped me
Hmm.
out. His name is D Tap Daniel Tapia. He's from One Shot Thrill. He has his own band,
Hey, shout
and
out.
that was great. Yeah, I gave shout out to him, right? And he gave me a lot of help on that, a lot of tips and stuff. But this time I really wanted to do it on myself, like on my own, at least the mixing and mastering, vocal mixing and mastering.
Hmm.
And so that was one of the biggest things, bro. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people like this doesn't get talked about a lot, but like I really had to learn what to do, man. I
Uh,
really had to get it together, man. And I finally feel like I did. It was so satisfying, being able to do.
dang.
That was a big thing. Other things, of course, like, I had to, working with all the different artists, sometimes things get sent in like a different BPM. Sometimes it's like sent in a different file. Sometimes it's
Uh,
not layered enough. And you're like, hey, you need to send me this. So just going back and forth, the tiniest thing can throw off everything, So
yeah.
especially when you're working virtual, So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like perfecting a song like once you're done like I've made music before so like once you're done with the song it's hard to be like oh I'm done with this like
Yeah, 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 yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I feel like that like it must do you feel like it's harder or easier like with more people like do you feel like you guys are come like is there a song where like oh you guys are both like you know what this is good like and it just
I don't. It usually time is the only thing that did that. There's this saying, right? There's no truly done artistic project, only abandoned.
yeah
And it's like, well, I like to think that it was done, but you're absolutely damn right, man. Like it took like some of them, I took me like I think 20, 30 different versions of that song until finally we both like, okay,
Yeah,
this is where it's at. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
you know, I had to show other people that were close to me, like my advisors, you know, and like I let them see like, hey, is this like, am I going insane or does this actually sound right? They're like, no, this sounds good. And it's like, okay, and you take that breath and you're like, I can put it out
yeah.
in the world now. But yeah, man, no, I feel you totally. You would know, right? You've been
No,
done some.
yeah, I've sat on a couple songs like, oh man, I really don't know, like,
Mhm,
and then I go back, edit, and it's like it's hard, but
mhm.
that's definitely the respect, man.
Thank you.
That's a hard hurdle to overcome, but
It is. Once you do though, then you establish that quality. Because I yeah, like remember like my last album, right? Like once I established it, I was like, I just need to get it sounding at least as good quality wise as that. And like I gave you something to gauge off of. And then it just
I
sort of
see.
gets progressively like, easier, you know?
Yeah. No, I really fuck with the last album, so I'm excited to hear the new one.
Thank you,
Like,
bro. I'm excited too, man.
dude, yeah, I'm hyped. All right, so like, I just want to end this off kind of talking about like being an artist, because
For
like
sure. For sure.
I feel like more artists are gonna start like emerging through this whole like pandemic, internet, everything. Like everyone has a chance to just like be an artist now.
I think so
Just
too, man.
create content and like post something. So like what do you think are like some good things like artists can do right now, or like
Right now, yeah.
yeah.
So I just had a conversation with this with some because I created a little group chat with my collaborators. And I said that like the whole industry's become way more egalitarian. You know what I mean? It's free for a lot of people to just already jump in. I got people that are working on Chromebooks, with their DAW on there. I have people that are working,
On their cell
on
phones, like
yeah, exactly on yeah. Seriously, bro. No, like
yeah.
seriously, and it's
Yeah.
like, and they're doing their best work, man. They're putting out in the artistic process. So I think the number one thing that I'd say to people is that like just get out there, man. Start putting out. I think a lot of people want to focus on getting the perfect thing out there, but if you look at people like, I mean, you look at some of the people that have really left the imprint on the artistic community. I mean, look at X, look at all these people out there. They're
Yeah.
doing it, and even reach further back, like I don't know, 100 years ago, 50, 60, 70 years ago, these people are not working with Logic. These people are not working with all, you know what I mean? These people are
Yeah.
working with what they had at the time and putting it out into the world. So it's,
Yeah.
we all have the ability, and so that's the main thing I'd say.
But I feel like yeah, I like right now I'm on my own journey too. Like
Mhm.
I've kind of like taken a step back from music and stuff and gone more into this podcast because
Mm.
personally as a consumer, that's like been my favorite thing really recently. Just like listening to a lot of podcasts. So like
Podcasts, yeah, they're
so that's
amazing.
why I'm moving into like this field, and I feel like just like I don't know, I just like being around artists and stuff like that.
You have
So
a
like
great personality for it, dude. I've
yeah,
seen some of your past work on this too, especially for running club and stuff. And
yeah.
you really just have that energy for it. So
You know, I'm excited for this. So I feel like you're definitely right. I like the like that everyone puts out their best work, because like I mean exactly like the Beatles didn't have Logic. The Beatles had like one record, and if they fucked up, they had to record it again, and like
exactly.
it's all one take.
The
Like
resources we have at our fingertips now allow us to really make dreams come true. It's just a matter of whether we are going to put that effort into it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Do you have any like personal goals like that like you want to accomplish as an artist, or just like
I
anything like
think
that?
I think one of the biggest things for me is like right now, like I've had people reach out to me from around the world, like saying, oh, like this is the top song. I listen to it when I wake up. I listen to it when I go to bed. All these different things, But I
Sick.
think that there's always a threshold, right? There's a threshold where you're a person you're an artist with their favorite song versus a song from their favorite artist, right? So like right now I may be one of the artists that like they have on their playlist and like I love this song from them. It's my favorite song,
Yeah.
but not necessarily their favorite artist yet. So I think that like the next threshold I'm hoping to reach is just where I'm actually getting to the point where people are like, hey, you're my top artist. I like
Yeah.
several of your works, and I'm gonna be following you from like into the future.
Yeah.
The goal.
Dude, yeah, that sounds dope, man. I feel like that's just like you're building a community pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. And like I feel like that's achievable through like long-term success. Just like
Absolutely.
cuz like I mean like I already listened to your first album and it makes me like excited for the next one. So like
That's good. That makes me happy,
like
man.
dude, it's lit, man. I feel like artists like I think there's going to be more artists that do it for the art now. Like
Mm,
instead of just the money, and like that so
I hope so.
every album like I feel like for you like every album's gonna get better, you know what I mean, because you're doing it for the art, So like,
For the sake of the craft, bud. Yeah, no, exactly.
that's so sick, man. Like it's gonna be like every everything gets better and better. And it's like,
I'm already planning a couple ahead. I'm getting
dude,
excited just thinking about it.
that's dope. Do you have any like? I mean, you're about to come out with the EP, but like, do you have any like future projects that you're thinking
I
about right
do.
now? Like,
I do. I have another I'm thinking of an LP that's gonna come after this. I already have the lineup pretty much set in my head. I already have most
hey,
of it written in my head.
dang, dude,
Sometimes I think like 3 or 4 ahead, but like yeah,
hey,
man, it's gonna be a fun next year. That's all I can say.
hey,
Yeah.
that's lit, man. That's lit. Are you thinking about like just sticking to your like rap or like opening up your genres more or I mean because
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying I'm
Yeah,
saying
for
this
sure.
because like I feel like even though like Bloody Providence is a rap album, it's like
Mhm, mhm. No,
it's not just rap, you know. So
no, for sure, for sure. And I think that I don't know. I mean, the success of that song "Bitter Blizzard," which like got like shot up when it
oh
went
yeah,
on Rhino TV and stuff, showed me that you really can be versatile and get rewarded for it. Because like that song is like predominantly singing. And not even like bluesy type singing or anything like that. It's not really
yeah,
melismatic. There's not like a lot of runs or anything. It's just straight up me just belting out some stuff, and did pretty damn well. So like that
that's
told
lit.
me, yeah, I was like, oh man, yeah, you can definitely, because that was experimentative for me. I was like, I want to just get out there and do what I want, what makes me feel good inside.
Yeah.
I
Did
love
you
that
think
song.
did you think like that song would be the song that would go off or like
I had a feeling I had a feeling in my stomach that people would like it. If I was hoping that they would like it as much as I did. I liked every
yeah.
song on that album. And I was ready for any to get out there, but I said that it's either going to be that one, maybe Woods Wolves or Secondhand's Tick, the ones that
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
I was like, so when that one popped off, I was like, oh, this is great. And so what that showed me is like, well, even if it didn't pop off, I would hopefully like have that artistic sort of fortitude to be able to do like keep on pushing on anyway. But like, um, it really guaranteed for me that I was like, I'm gonna keep on experimenting. I'm gonna keep on pushing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be singing all types, and I think that's what you guys are gonna see on this next EP.
Hey.
It's experimentative in a lot of ways. Things that I don't think a lot of people have seen from my genre yet, but it's gonna be cool.
Damn, I love music, man. Music lives forever, dude. So
Yeah,
like,
man. Of course, it's
like,
been for the entirety of our existence on this earth. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah. And even when you drop like your fifth album, like people are still gonna listen to that first album. So
Yeah,
like,
hopefully, man. Well, I don't think that. Kind words. Thank you. Hopefully.
dude, that'd be sick, man. All right. So I don't have a final segment of this show, but to end this off, um, like, what's a good
Let's think
final
about it. Let's
segment?
think about it. Let's think about it. Mm,
Um,
what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the way that music's been going lately? Like, just your general thoughts in the industry.
I feel like I'm kind of worried because like I feel like money is kind of getting taken out of it. Like streaming, like I heard artists don't really make money off streams. Obviously, touring is canceled, but
Mm-hmm.
like, but I just think that this is probably like an awesome time for like real art, where like people are actually
Mm,
doing it for the art and not for the money, and
that's a really,
like
really interesting viewpoint. I like
and
that.
and
Yeah.
I think things are gonna change. Like, I mean, there's obviously always artists that are like in it for the money, getting their
Mm-hmm.
bag, but I think that's the opportunity for that is just a lot smaller now. So
It made people take a step back. It
yeah,
really
but I
did.
think the good thing about like having real artists and like good ass shit is like real fans that are just gonna stick with the artist. Like be
Mm.
excited for the next album. That like years and years coming, because like I feel like
That's very true.
that's where it's at. Yeah. And bro, I'm excited for your next album, man. Coming out
Thank you,
tomorrow.
bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother.
All right. All right. And that's the end of the show. All right. Thanks for coming,
Peace
Alejandro.
out, everybody.
All right. Peace.